Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another episode from the Football Fan Zone. Another weekend of Premier League action has gone down. Of as usual, some interesting, sad, you know, results for some people, happy results for some other people as well. That's the joys of football. You win sometime and you lose. So we're here to sort of dissect all the action and break it down. As usual, we have the special guest, the analyst in the house, who are going to give us their thoughts, who are going to break down everything for us, all the things you thought you missed. Our analysts are here to to give us the 411 on how it all went down. Right. So let me start my introduction from just right above me. Let me start with a very sad, disappointed Tottenham fan. Hello, Uzo. How you doing, mate? Wow, the hashtag is out. Thank you, Ange.
I mean, I've had better days, but we move,
We
we
move,
move,
yeah.
we
We
move.
move, we move. Right. Let me move to my top left corner. The Adams. How are you doing? Good weekend for Chelsea.
I'm just looking at Chooks, man. Chooks can't hide. Yeah, he can't hide. He can't hide his emotions, man. Yeah, man. Great weekend of football all around. Great weekend for Chelsea, like you said, and of course, man, our Niger boys repping, man. Great weekend for them as well. It was a great week.
Yeah, it was. Chooks, how are you doing, mate? I don't think that question. I don't think it's even needed.
Hey man, what do we think of Tottenham? That's all I have to say. It was
Uh,
uh it was a lovely morning for me.
right, right.
I got to enjoy some mimosas and watch my team play haram football and escape with a victory. So I know you don't have that same feeling, Pius. Super Eagles didn't play this weekend.
Yeah, I think yeah. As a Liverpool fan, of course, yeah, not a good weekend for me, but just like Adams mentioned, at least some sort of joy in the fact that my compatriots had a good weekend. So yeah, that's
Like
surprising.
Olino.
Yes, like a lion. No, yes, like a lion. No. All right, let's get into it. So this weekend we saw Tottenham lose at home to their North London rivals Arsenal by a goal to 1-0. That's in favor of the Arsenal. We saw Chelsea as well. Christopher Nkunku come in and score a late goal as well to help Chelsea defeat Bournemouth. And Liverpool, my dear Liverpool, losing at home to Nottingham Forest since 1959. The first time Nottingham Forest has won at Anfield in 55 years or so. So yeah, not a good one for Liverpool. And we saw Manchester United, bounce back after back-to-back defeats, to win 3-0 at Southampton. So yeah, we're going to be talking about all those games and a whole lot more. Let me start. Let's start with the North London Derby, Tottenham versus Arsenal. Let me start with the happy Arsenal fan, the happy Guna in the house. Chicks, coming into the game, a lot of negativity from Arsenal fans causing the international break. You know, I remember the week before as well. Declan Rice had a red card in the game before. There was a lot of pessimism around. Oh, no Rice, no Odegaard. Injuries to I think Zinchenko and some other players as well. So there was a lot of wow. Arsenal is missing a lot of key players and Tottenham can take advantage. But at the end of the day, we saw what happened. Arsenal came out with a win. So let's get your thoughts first of all on how you saw the game unfolding or how it unfolded in front of you.
When we had our preview, this was exactly what I predicted in terms of how can we win this game. I was like, we just have to go there, defend, and look for set pieces. Today wasn't pretty. It wasn't the typical Arsenal kind of performance where we're passing the ball without possession. It was at some point in this game, it was just scary. but we're able to at least hold down Solanke. Son didn't really have too much to do in the game, but that corner, Gabriel, oh my goodness, leaped in the air. Bentancur will be busy fighting everybody around him and doing things that are not football related. Brother, mark your man. Gabriel got in the air. The funny thing about it is I do not know how we got out of White Hart Lane with 3 points today. I was watching Thomas Partey the whole game. Brothers, I wept. The guy has lost so much pace. Like I don't know if you guys caught the game. Remember the one mistake that I think Ben White was trying to pass it to Partey and he was hiding a little bit behind Son, and I mean Solanke took too long to try and shoot the ball. The other one too, and that similar mistake. And I'm like, maybe another day Tottenham scored those 2 goals and it's me that'll be sad here. But the game went as I predicted. Amaja said it too. Amaja was like he had this game plan ready after the Brighton game. Calafiori gets injured. He changes the game plan. Odegaard gets injured. So we have to come here with no creativity, just defend, defend, defend. And we went back to what has been working for us. Set pieces. Tim Howard said it best. Man City has Haaland, Arsenal has corners. And Joseph Corner saved us like the whole game. And it's so funny how sports works. Like when you see your team do something so many times, every corner we had, I was like, yeah, we're going to score from this one. And then maybe we don't end up scoring, but I was celebrating us getting the corner like we had scored the goal because that was the only way. I mean, apart from the Martinelli chance, we didn't create anything in the game. We didn't have any chance the whole game, apart from the corner kick. So it's one of those 3 points where I don't think any Arsenal fan is going to remember the performance per se. I'm just happy that between Man City and Tottenham, 3 points is there. The next thing now is to go to the Etihad, but we've beaten them 3 times in their own home. So I expect some humbleness from all the lily whites around me. We can't come into your yard. We came to your yard without no carbs. People say you don't like rice. So no problem. We'll not bring any rice to your house. You don't want to eat rice today. Uzo said he's cutting out carbs. So like, yeah, we'll just bring the peas alone. We will not bring no rice. And we have collected your food 3 times. Please respect.
Okay. Before I bring in Uzo to get his own thoughts on from his Tottenham side of things, the Adams, let me come to you, right? So both of us as neutrals in this fight, right? I'm looking at Arsenal, like I watched the game, I'm looking at Arsenal and like, wow, this team looks they know how to be, that putting that defensive shift, they look defensively solid. In terms of transitions, when they lose the ball, when you think Tottenham have that pace to run in behind them, the recovery of both wingers, Martinelli or Saka on the other side, superb. Like the attitude from the Arsenal players is something that make their fans really excited. They are there to make sure they put in the shifts. They are defensively sound. The commentator said something. Arsenal have not lost an away game in 2024, the calendar year of 2024. That's amazing. This season already they've gone to difficult grounds. Aston Villa away. Now got Tottenham away as well, and they've gone there. They've gotten there, and they've gone there and gotten 6 points. So it looks really ominous for like Arsenal's rivals. They are definitely going to be up there, challenging Manchester City come the end of the season. Let me get your view, the Adams, on Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, on a week or 2 weeks prior to this, where Barkley's men was trending, and it was a bit reminiscent of the old times. It was kind of good to see a vintage defensive performance that I've been used to watching my team when my team used to be the team, and seeing that from Arsenal, usually you don't see that. So that type of snatch and grab where you dig in deep or like 90 minutes, you cover the ground, you block spaces, and of course some things have to go your way. If you remember most of the famous Chelsea victories, the teams had chances and maybe we had a couple good saves or they missed some open chances. But yeah, it was a very good defensive performance from Arsenal. I think they've added that into that game. I liked a lot of individuals today. I really liked Timber. This was the first close watch I had of him. I felt like he was always in control most times, and he had the aggression that he needed for a derby. They might talk about that tackle was I don't think that was a red card. But yeah, he had a very decent game, and all four defenders play really well. Jorginho also put in a good shift when they needed that. He was able to keep hold of the ball sometimes. So it was good. Saka, man, what a shift from him. Obviously, he very good defensively, and I don't mean that as banter or whatever, but I think he put in a good shift. He put in-
Adams, don't let Saka Hive come for you. You saw Perez apologize today on his Instagram.
No. I said I actually don't. Look, I watched my wingers work hard when they needed to, back in the day, and that felt like one of those performances. And yeah, one thing is very difficult to lose a game like that via set pieces. A game that's almost like, well, not 50-50, but both teams were in the game. And to lose it that way will be very disappointing, like very disappointing to your team. So I understand like sports fans would definitely feel hard done by losing that way, set pieces. And I listened to the commentator. I think it was Gary Neville, because I was watching it on Sky, right? He said Arsenal's set piece coach must be on goal bonus, because he definitely has to. He's getting paid by every goal that's scored from set piece, because that was it. That was a good set piece goal. And from sports perspective, man, look, I was looking through their bench and I didn't see anyone. I know Arsenal had the injuries, right? They had injury worries, but I didn't see anyone that could make a difference on sports bench. Timo Werner 2024. Come on, man. Like, what I did, like, I would be pissed. I'll be angry if this team finishes above my team again. Because apart from their first 11, if things don't go their way, they don't have that depth in their squad. Like, what were they doing throughout the transfer window? They didn't really have anybody to bring on to make a difference. It just felt like once Arsenal scored, you knew that it was over. Because I was trying to look at the bench and say, okay, who can they bring on now that will make a difference? Sarr is not really that guy offensively. Timo Werner already know. And Timo Werner he feels like he's one of those, all these Chelsea players, when they get sold, they go elsewhere and they prove us wrong. But Timo is the only one. Is the only one not to have done that, and it's just crazy and funny. But yeah, I felt like Arsenal really deserved the victory. And remember back in the day when we used to say defense wins titles. Obviously, it's no longer the case now. Maybe Arsenal might be the one to bring that back. But yeah, it was a very good watch for me. I didn't finish the game, but I watched a decent chunk of the game. I felt like Arsenal were deserving winners.
Yes, fair point, the Adams. Uzo, let me bring you in, right? Let's get the sports view. I know you have, I'm sure you have a lot to get off your chest as regards your manager. So yeah, let's get your thoughts on the game, Uzo. What was your assessment? What went wrong for Tottenham today?
I actually expected to get cooked a lot more. I feel like people are letting me off a little easy, especially Chooks. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's always two perspectives, I guess, to every win. I feel like maybe for Arsenal fans, because of the injuries, because of the red card, and because of the fact that they've got City, kind of looming on the horizon, they're probably a little bit more tame and muted than they usually would be. Because I feel like a win like this usually would be, even on the timeline, I've been scrolling the timeline. Maybe it's two things. Maybe it is the City thing and the fact that maybe they're thinking of like, okay, who are we long term? Because the getting 3 points from us was never really the biggest thing for them. It's more so, okay, when do we get our guys back? Is the title race? Like, let's be honest. So the second part of that is maybe we have become that irrelevant that like a win at Spurs is no longer, you know what I mean? It's no longer cause for celebration because they have done it 3 in a row. So, you know what? I'll take my mulligan. I'll take the olive branch. I don't want to get cooked, but I did put my neck out there in the preview, and last week, and I said that we should be winning this game. And if I do get cooked, I'll hold that. You know what I mean? I didn't even intend to come here and say anything about the coach. I think any Spurs fan, right, who's reacting solely to this game, to this performance, and saying sack the manager or I've seen enough, you're being reactionary. Like if you didn't think that Ange should be sacked or that he wasn't the guy for this job prior to this performance, and you now think so, then I think you're being reactionary and I think you've lost the plot. You need to go walk, calm down, breathe, get some smoke out of your ears, and just calma. It can happen. But for someone like me who is documented on record as saying that this guy just isn't the guy, this performance is not even confirmation because I expected this to happen, right? And I think in all reality, we talked about the game, and this is pretty much the only game script we could have seen going. Arsenal played good defensively. Spurs try and fail to break them down because our attack isn't actually any good. We dominate large swaths of possession. Arsenal break away and they score on the break, or they get a set piece and they score through the set piece. And the two major chances in the game for both teams, in my opinion, came on the break for Arsenal where Martinelli failed to square the ball, which it should have been 1-0 right there. And it came on from a set piece where Gabriel attacked the 6-yard box. My goalkeeper, who, there have been some suspicions about this guy, started by me with set pieces, with cross-claiming. None of this is surprising. So for me, it's not confirmation of anything. I'm not going to reiterate anything that I've already said. And honestly, it would be cowardly and it would be unfair for me to come and start blaming the coach, blaming the players. I need to hold. These guys came in here with two of their major players missing, two of their major new signings missing, not in the squad at all. They've got academy kids coming on when we've been banging on about Arteta not giving kids a chance. This is a perfect storm of, with all due respect to demonetization of this platform, they just told me, fuck me, bro. That's really what happened. They came to my yard and they absolutely just flipped me the bird, told me, you know what, your opinions are irrelevant. He will play youth, and he'll play youth in the biggest derby of the game, of the league. He'll come into your house, he'll bow down, they'll defend, they'll get the set piece, and there's nothing you could do about it. And where Ange comes into play for me is the fact that I could have predicted this, Chooks could have predicted this, Adams could have predicted this, even Pius that predicts underdogs all day, every day, he could have predicted this. Anybody could have predicted this. The fact that we all could have told you this game script, right? 2 weeks ago, last week, midweek, yesterday, we could have told you that this is what would happen. And the manager still allows it to happen. It makes me feel like, you know what? What's the point? You know what I mean? Like the reason you get paid is to prevent the pundits from being right about who your team is. Like you get paid the big bucks because, you think Spurs are going to come do this? No, I'm going to show you that I have other tricks up my sleeve. I'm going to show you that I can galvanize my boys. I'm going to show you that I can tweak things. I can be tactically adept at just weaving and dodging. That's what Arteta did. He came in, I ain't got this guy. I don't have this guy. I don't have that guy. Guess what? We're the underdogs. We're going to lose this and we're going to lose the city and we're going to be out of the title race. That's what you're saying? All right, watch this. And then you come in there and you perform over the expectations. You don't get paid as a manager to perform as expected. Then in that point, there's no need for managers. Just get the best players on the pitch and let them go manage themselves. So for me, I've always said from last season, after the loss to Fulham, getting spanked 3-0, his record in London derbies has been absolutely shocking. I don't think we've won a single one besides Brentford. Guys are now telling me Brentford is a rivalry. That's not a friggin' rivalry. We've lost to everybody else that matters. Brentford just came into the Premier League like 2 years ago. They're the only team that
have you guys beat Brentford under Ange?
Yeah, we beat them. We beat them 3-2. That was the game with
Mopi. Where Mopi was
doing the celebration.
Yeah.
That's the only
London derby.
It doesn't even matter. The fact that I'm having to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like Brentford are not guys that who cares? Brentford just came in the league. The fact that every other London team that matters has gotten points off of us, including knocking us out of the Carabao Cup last year in Fulham. It's beyond unacceptable. Is bordering on incompetence, right? So I just think the manager's record is shocking. Nothing has changed from last season to this season. We've continued the same vein of form. That's 2 losses, a draw, and 1 win against a hapless Everton side that literally everybody else is beating. And if you don't believe me when I say everybody's beating them, guess what? They've lost 4 in a row. including at home. Everybody's beating them. So I'm not counting that win. I'm not trying to hear none of that. So yeah, I mean, at this point, his resume is speaking for himself. Whatever happens to him, he would have earned it. It just is what it is. We move on to the next game. But what was looking like a promising season because of some of the signings, I wish I could really just wax lyrical about Sri Lanka because I thought he was really good today, and I thought you can see kind of what he brings to the side. And I thought that maybe he deserved a moment of luck, just something, a goal or an assist, something. But he was brilliant today, and something that this season that looked promising with all of the signings, with all of the growth that I expected from the boys, it's been dampened. It's been dampened by a poor start, and unfortunately, the manager is at the center of it.
Yeah, I'll just before I move on from you, I wanted to ask you as well. Ange, I think Ange mentions that he always wins in his second season, right? So of course the season is still young.
Still very young.
Spurs are still in the Europa League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. I think is kicking off sometime next week. So I'm sure you'll be looking at Ange to see if he prioritizes some of those cup games. I remember I think last season where you mentioned where Fulham knocked you guys out of the Carabao Cup. I think you guys made a whole lot of wholesale changes to you brought in some maybe French players. Would you be looking to Ange now to go with the strongest possible lineup in those cup games? Because I think sports fans will definitely want to win something.
Most fans are saying if he doesn't go strong in the upcoming games, then they want him sacked. I would prefer we play youth because I said this before the season. I hate to be the guy that's right about my team in a wrong way because then it's I get to escape some criticism, but I really don't want to escape any criticism. But I'm sorry, it's very predictable. Unfortunately, that's the one thing with the coach. I prefer watching the young players than the senior. I'm so sorry, bro. The senior players are worse. If we go strong, we might lose. If we go strong against Coventry, we might lose because guess what? I'm sure Coventry will also come in with the same game plan that's out there. It's probably on Reddit. If you go r/how to stop Ange on any of your Reddit sites, or if you go to the back pages, how do we slow down Ange? There's one script that all the managers are following. Just don't try. Come in, 2 backs of 4, get one outlet striker, and just wait for him to give you a chance. He will give you a chance. So I mean, I'm not confident that we can win. I'm not confident that we can beat Coventry because at the end of the day, I watched the worst attack in the league create chances against us in Leicester City. And I think Leicester City have the worst attack in the league. And they were able to create multiple chances and they should have scored multiple goals. So I don't want to see him go strong against Coventry. I want to see some of the young kids go. I want to see Mikey Moore. I want to see, I don't know if he's fit, but Will Lancashire, who we got from Chelsea. Thank you for that, Adams, by the way.
Who's that?
See, they don't even know their own boys, bro. They don't even know their own boys. I want to see him get in the fray. I want to see Bergvall. I want to see Gray. I want to see these guys play. And same with the Europa League. But honestly, as I told my fans, I don't think we're built for cups. The way that we play is relied on repetition. We don't have moment players. We don't have players that can rise up to an occasion. And that's what you need in cup games. And we don't have a system that prioritizes living to fight another day, which is also what you need in cup games. Our system is all or nothing. Go kill or be killed. It's just that simple. And I can see us going to a Sevilla, or I don't even know who's in Europe. I think Sevilla is actually in Champions League. But I can see us going to Villarreal, whoever is in the Europa League, going away from home and holding 4. And the tie being over before we even come back. Just simply because we're going to go out there, we're going to play a high line. And you guys know how Europe is. All of you here have seen some European success, well, except bottom left. But you know how these European games are. It's Wait, he thought he was just gonna go and do all that, and I wouldn't have anything up.
Carry on. I can't wait to ask how Romero's World Cup medal helped him today.
Hey man, listen. I still like the players. Tricks, that's the thing is I still like the players, but it's not the players, it's the manager, bro. And you know, the thing is, you've seen Gabriel in a more exposed system, and you've seen how when you put them in bad situations, their deficiencies get exposed. But it is what it is. Yeah, I just don't see us doing well in Europa or all that. I win something in my second season. I mean, he coached in Japan and in Scotland, bro. Like let's be real. He was talking big, like he's some kind of It's the same thing with Ten Hag was like, oh, I'll just carry on winning everywhere. Where is that, brother?
Can we say the
in
same
Netherlands?
about Slot too? I mean, where they coach.
But Slot
No.
isn't like cocky like that. He hasn't said anything to that effect.
True.
Slot was breaking down everything he played against. He didn't know Ola. He didn't know Ola Aina's mother praise.
hello. Chooks, we're not talking Liverpool yet. We're going to come to Liverpool. No worries. Oh yeah, so Chooks, let me come back to Arsenal. So Arsenal has started a lot of Arsenal fans have termed this week like a tough week, a difficult week, and Arsenal have started on a positive note. Going away, beating your rivals at their stadium. So up next for Arsenal is the Champions League away to Atalanta, where my boy is currently cooking. So that's an interesting fixture to look forward to. I just want to get your thoughts on how you think Arteta should approach that game, because I'm sure on the horizon after that he has an eye on Manchester City as well next week. So what do you think? How do you think he should approach that game?
I mean, just like every other regular game, we'll have Rice back, so I won't see my two uncles in midfield again. Because today, it was bad. They got dominated so much. I think I thought was complaining that we weren't able to hold the ball in the middle. Between Rice and Partey, I never want to see it again. Between Jorginho and Partey, I never want to see both of them on the field at the same time. Against Atlanta, to be honest, I could care less about that game. Sunday is the game I'm looking at. Today is done.
With the new Champions League format, you can't really take each game that serious. It's weird. Like, I feel like it doesn't heat up until you see how other people are doing.
Yeah, exactly. And then we play on Thursday.
So yuck.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm not, hopefully Sterling, Jesus, they go get some reps. But Sunday is what I'm looking at. I'm glad we're able to go to 3-point lane and get some much needed 3 points. Now we have to go to the Etihad. If we play the same way against City with Declan Rice, I honestly think
Haaland might score 6.
I honestly think we can live there with something. This is what we did last year, though, against them.
If you play, but City were not good last year. I told you that.
I mean,
think about all the low blocks that they've played this year, and it's almost like now they prefer to play low blocks. Like they now want to play more low blocks than usual. Because the way Haaland can move in the box now is crazy to me.
All I'm saying is you can say all that, but Solanke saw it today. When you're standing next to a Rolls Royce,
okay,
trust me.
Solanke ain't Haaland, bro.
Guy was telling me about Mickey Mouse and Romero.
Mickey Moore.
Hey man. Haaland is going to see Gabriel Magalhaes.
Okay.
And William Gabriel Saliba.
Adam, timestamp. Just where he stopped right there. That's perfect.
Timestamp. Haaland has to see both of them.
But the thing is, Chooks, your manager is not my manager, bro. It's not the same game plan for everything.
But
I know he's gonna have a different.
I mean, without Odegaard, this is what everybody has been hoping for, is that 4-4-2 and just suffocate. Like, I think the new word now is Python squeeze or boa constrict, whatever it is.
What?
You have to just squeeze.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, hey yo.
Yeah. Like you have to take the game.
Articles and their new terms.
I remember that's what we did last year against them. Remember the Haaland, he didn't have any shot at all in both games.
Yeah.
I just don't think they were good last year.
But this year is different. But the goal is just me. I'm not the type of fan that, apart from when it's banter, but going away and getting even a point against a top 6 side is huge. These are two games that I felt like when I saw the schedule, I'm like, nah, these people, they don't like us. 3 out of 6, I'll even take that. 4 out of 6, then this Tottenham win just leveled that pressure. That imagine we go to City, we're 5 points behind and we can be 8 points behind after. So I feel like now, like that pressure is out of the way. We're going to get Calafiori back. Let's just go there and just do the exact same thing. Make it hard for them. Doesn't mean like we're going to park the bus, but make it hard for them. Frustrate Haaland and just hunt. Look at what I've been reduced to being a Burnley fan. Look at Browns. I celebrate corners now. When I see a corner, I'm electric. And the best part is there's no antics anymore. Nobody went to hold Vicario's gloves. It was just a straight delivery to the guy's head.
You don't need antics against Vicario, bro. But okay, so what did you guys think of that set piece though? Like, how is the goalie rooted on his spot? And the ball is being delivered.
Yeah, that one is on him. It was on him.
I don't get it. I just and what frustrates me is, bro, this has been over a year now, and like nobody's coming into the training ground. Like, you know what, guys, should we stop?
I think I read somewhere that Sports have hired some sort of set piece coach.
We had a set piece coach, right? So under Conte, we're actually the best team in the league in set pieces, both in conceding less and scoring more, right? Under Conte, we had I forgot his name, but he was so good at his job. We knew his name. It was an Italian guy. His name will come to me eventually. Sacked him after we got Ange's kind of crew, and Ange put his boy in charge of set pieces, Miles Jedinak, who used to play. Yeah. And the guy's clueless. Clearly, they don't work on anything. So it's like, bro, you've brought your boy, you're enriching your boy. Your boy's got salary, 401k, and then we just supposed to suffer for like perpetuity. I just don't. I don't understand how it's being allowed to happen. Like, and this is what happens when your owners are not football people. Because if me and Chooks own the club, I know he'll never own Spurs, but probably do own Spurs. They just won 3 in a row. But if I own the club and I'm watching that week in, week out, I'm going to you and saying, hey, point me to the guy who is in charge of set pieces, because he's not keeping the job. I don't care who he is. You ain't keeping your job.
He doesn't command. He doesn't go out to command. And to be honest, I don't know. Something has to change. So clear, yeah, Raya
but the coach has been public about it, though. He doesn't care about that. Like, he doesn't care about set pieces.
He doesn't think that that's the issue. He thinks that if we get better in the
so he's not wasting his time coaching set pieces.
He's not wasting his time coaching at all. He's using his time to write motivational quotes and platitudes. I beg, man. Guys, let's move on, please.
All right, guys. Let's move on to another game we saw this weekend. We saw Chelsea go with
Slutty ball, man. No, you're not doing that.
I was like, when are we going to get to Liverpool?
Do that. When
No, we're going to get to Liverpool.
No, we're starting with Liverpool. We're going to people don't tune in to listen to guys who won. People tune in to listen to the guys. You want to hear what you think of Slutty ball.
All right. Let's move on to the game we saw where Liverpool lost. You guys have bullied me into changing my flow. All right.
Why did you say with the same energy that you were about to say the Chelsea result?
You know, he said his
nose. Bro, do you know? I've actually called Pius. Pius waits until the end of the show when he knows we have exhausted everything. Then he will not quietly bring it forward.
We also saw
Pius, talk to me about Allison. Allison was listening to Oh Maria. Wow. Instead of trying to catch ball from Hudson Odoi. Talk to us, Pius.
That was a wicked finish, bro.
No, that was,
guys.
I told you guys should have signed Odoi, man. Imagine you had Odoi on the bench.
Adams, I told you that I would have took him over Werner. I said that. I mean, I'm not gonna come here and cap. I like the guy, bro. He's a hooper. The person that surprised me was Elanga.
Yeah, I know you have your
Elanga, Ola, that's proper Mandem FC.
Now, Pius, there's certain people you can't let dunk on you, bro. Like, look at the names, bro. Look at the guys that came to Anfield with the Mandem and they said they didn't walk alone.
Oh yeah, they posted it. They posted it.
Elanga said he was walking. He said he was walking through your ends and he wasn't alone. He's around.
No. All right, guys. So yeah, we saw this weekend. We saw Liverpool lose at home to Nottingham Forest. for the first time in like 55 years. Disappointing way to lose at Anfield. My thoughts on the game were I just felt like Liverpool were poor, offensive wise. We didn't create much. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of how many shots on target we had, or I'm not sure of the XG. It just didn't look. Nottingham Forest, they didn't look threatening throughout the whole game at Anfield, which was very disappointing. It was just Liverpool passing at the back, passing in midfield, and then when they got up front, they sort of run out of ideas. I thought our decision making was poor. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool legend, obviously. I just felt like some of his decision making which is questionable. There's some times where your teammate is in a better position than yourself. Maybe you're chasing some sort of Liverpool record. I think number 490 all-time goal scoring list. I'm sure you want to go a step higher as well. So maybe that was also this on his mind. But apart from Mohamed Salah as well, some other players that it's not good to single out players, but I think some Liverpool fans have started to say it's time to start having some sort of conversations around Dominic Szoboszlai. His return has been, sort of abysmal, not what we expected from him. Some people say he's young, he's still trying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to make of him. The jury is still out. Another disappointing performance from him as well. So many touches, not knowing when to pass, and he has I think I don't know. I don't know the thing about. I don't know if it's part of the modern game right now. A lot of, I feel like I think I saw it as well today in Tottenham's game as well. A lot of pass around the edge of the box. Why don't you sometimes just go for some sort of long range shots? You have that in your boot, Alexander Arnold, Szoboszlai, you have it in your locker. The opposition, has put men behind the ball. Why don't you take some long range shots? You don't know, deflection, it can wrong foot the goalkeeper, and then something positive could happen. But that's by the way. Yeah, although fair play was good finish, and I thought Nottingham Forest as well. And something that I think football fans as well is I think it's also good to give your opposition some sort of credit. It's not always just good criticizing your team's performance. You have to also give the opposition some sort of credit. And I thought Nottingham Forest, fair play to Nuno Santo.
Nuno.
He got his approach.
Pius, didn't you guys go on like some 2-year, 3-year stretch of not listening at Anfield?
Yeah.
Suddenly Anfield doesn't have, how did my manager put it? Paraha, where the guy could not see in this. People allowed Hudson-Odoi that probably smoked hookah the night before to be able to, and he was a sub, mind you. He didn't even start the game. He came out to bench sagging his liquor. He was looking like Boniface out there. Was sagging his liquor, man, and scored winning goal.
The stuff that, bro, Nuno was coaching in Saudi, not even like last year, bro.
By the way, let's fetch the guy.
The guys come here with Al Ali tactics and dunked on slutty ball. Hey, listen, Adam was putting in the chat that I have the answer for crimes. Me? Answer for Liverpool crimes? I'm off the train. I'm not gonna go down with the ship. I don't have any friends in this village. Pius, I don't know if you thought I was gonna come here and give you some hopium about your manager. He's your cross to carry and he's your burden to bear. They came into your house.
They killed you guys, man.
You know all those nice British communities, bro. When the immigrants start moving in with different names, they're going to your kids' schools. You're like, this is not the England I grew up. This is not what I'm used to seeing. Bro, those boys came in Elanga, Hudson-Odoi. These are Ghanaians. These are Somalians, bro. They're in your crib. They came and they rearranged the furniture, bro. Slot didn't even know what he was seeing. He was like, bro, who are these guys? Who are these ragamuffins? This is why I love Premier League, because at the end of the day, Slot had a great start to his tenure. And to be honest, it's still looking good. I mean, they're largely undefeated. They've conceded one goal. They lost one game. They're still in the top 5, top 6, whatever. They're looking good. But Adams is right. Adams was right last week when he said, you haven't played anybody. And, I was getting swept up. I'm Mr. Preseason man. You know what I mean? Like, so I have to be consistent. But the reality is, this is what the Premier League is all about. And this is why I can never predict an outside manager to come in and have immediate success in this league. The reason why we say the Premier League is the best and the toughest league in the world is not because underdogs don't win elsewhere or because teams aren't unpredictable elsewhere. It happens all across football. But the physicality and the constant need for tactical rejigging. I like that word. Pies always use that word, rejigging. The need to always go back to the well in this league, the demands is second to none. That's why if you find success here, I'm sorry, you're certified for life. So I think Slot will still be successful in this league. He'll figure it out, of course. But this just shows you there's no giving. There's no giving. We saw Brentford go ahead against City, and they could have been 2-0 up. These are the kinds of things that experienced managers know how to deal with. And that's why, like, I'll always defer to experience just when it comes to this league. But shout out to Forest. They're undefeated.
Yeah.
Spurs fans are not calling for Nuno to be. Nuno needs to come back. We need to bring back my Shepherd.
Yeah.
Times when we used to start the season undefeated on the guy. It'd be 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, but we'll take those. But, shout out to Forest. This is a team that could have been relegated last year. They made the move to sack Coop. they made the right move to sack that guy. That guy's now over there stinking with Leicester City. Actually, Leicester City are doing quite well, but Forest did the right thing, and I think they now have. They remind me of old Barclays. To go back to what Adam said, pace, strength, some creativity, some quality. They have the African center backs. It's perfect, bro. It's like the old school Portsmouth, the old school Boltons of the world, bro. They bring that same kind of swagger, and going to the City Ground any day is tough. But for them to come to Anfield and do that, I think they just put the league on notice that they're definitely not a team that's going to be threatened by relegation. They're going to be one of those teams that we pour sand in some people's Gary this season, and I can't wait.
Just like Prime Barclays, watch those same guys lose 5-0 next.
That's exactly what we mean by Prime Barclays, bro. Losing 5-0 to Ipswich Town, bro. There's no in between. You'll be wondering how the same G's came to your house and did all that rubbish, but added to another team that I'm scared to play against.
Yeah, I think just to pick up on something you said, I think Slot I think he's going to learn from this, as a newcomer in this league. I'm sure, watching it from afar and then being in it are two different things. So he has experienced this sort of antics and sort of results. So the thing as Liverpool fans, me especially, is to see how he's going to react, right? And the thing about it is we're now in this point of the season, the Champions League is kicking off. So there's no much time to, to reflect or say, oh, you want to work on some things on the training ground. It's bam, 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 2 days time, we're off to Milan to play AC Milan, in the Champions League. And then you're looking at AC Milan, they'll put some sort of different threats. You're looking at another Chelsea former boy, Tammy Abraham, you're looking at Rafael Leao. So that's another sort of, threat that Ancelotti will have to walk through. But I'm just keen to see how he's going to respond.
Pius, what do you think about the contract situation with Trent and Salah and Van Dijk? Where are you at with it? Do you think it's time to start moving on? I've heard people say maybe Trent, Trent should stay obviously because he's young, but maybe they should take a pause with Salah and Van Dijk.
I think for me personally, I think Salah still deserves one more year. Right, and Van Dijk as well. Just one more year for both of them, I think, is what is. Of course, Trent want to sign him more long term, But I think Salah and Van Dijk, we can do one more year with them.
Do you think they'd be willing to accept that? I don't see why they would accept that. Why would they? That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
That's extremely disrespectful.
I don't know, man. Maybe
most agents wouldn't be advising their client to sign a 1-year deal. Means like your life is in your hands. You get a season-ending injury, you might be done. So players need that security. But I don't know. For me, I think that this might be a crossroads for Liverpool, right? I think you see how this season goes, and if you need to start your rebuild early, then if Liverpool don't challenge for the league this year, there's no reason to keep paying those guys the wages that they're being paid anyways. If you don't challenge, if you don't at least challenge for the league, right? If you're a top 4 team with those guys in the side, then I think it's time to rebuild in a different direction. I don't know how you see it, but it's like they were being paid those wages. They were being paid at that level because of what the success that they have brought and the success that they're capable of bringing. But you've moved on the manager. You're in a new process. if they cannot keep you at that level, there's no reason to keep forcing it, in my opinion. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
I think it's a tricky situation as well because would you renew
and
their
the funny
contract?
thing is, next week we might be here saying, "Bro, you need to give Salah a
I mean, we were saying this last week.
Yeah,
Chooks was saying last week, give him whatever he wants. I
Yeah.
still think tough decisions need to be made, because even if he is delivering, if the team is not capable of performing at that level, you can't pay a guy like he is at that level. You know what I mean? Like, because that harms your ability to rebuild the side. You want to have all the funds you
All
need.
I'm saying is, Pius, the day Salah walks out that door, I'm locking you permanently in the Liverpool fan club. We won't allow you to escape to Super
Yeah, he's gonna try to sneak out with him.
Yeah, you try to walk out.
I'm gonna be out as well. My contract will be up as well.
He'll try to sneak away because one thing I'll tell you right now is not those guys don't just fall out the sky. Ask Adams. Adams has bought more wingers than he has gotten haircuts this year. Ask Adams, he'll tell you. He keeps buying wingers. Usually, Adams makes up. You see how Uzo called the name. Adams was like, we followed by that one too. They have everybody, and they still not find that winger. Guys like Salah don't fall out the sky. I still think pay him that money because he's still at that level. What you guys need and have needed since is a good midfield, which you are choosing to play.
I don't get it. I don't get why they lost that.
You are choosing to play players that are not midfielders, are not like maybe defensive midfielders in positions that they're not supposed to be playing in. That's why you can get boxed. See guys like Forrest rolling up in there with pass and cool. These guys are boxers, man. I would say give Salah that money because the last thing you want, what you saw against Forest will be your reality all the time when you don't have someone that can bail you out. Obviously, the Forest game, I didn't watch the game, but I'm very sure it was one of those games where if you replay it again, you will probably cane those guys. I'm sure people were just missing chances. My dad was saying Salah was being too selfish. When he scores now, he's not selfish, Abi. But this time the chances didn't enter. So me, if it's Van Dijk, you can move on from Van Dijk. But Salah,
Bro, Salah, man, you guys will be so ordinary. Like
I'm telling you, man, the fear factor will just go for.
If I see Nunes is the one leading
Diaz and Diaz. Or what's that? That's not that guy that Ovo likes. Jones.
Curtis Jones. Curtis.
But before we move on from Liverpool, I think somebody we're looking forward to seeing is the Italian, Chiesa. He hasn't.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys made that signing. Is he injured already?
No, he's not injured. He's not injured. I think the coach just said he's not with a match fit or something. Okay. Yeah, he's not ready. You know what they usually say. So I don't know if we're going to see him against AC Milan this midweek in the Champions League.
That'll be fitting. That'll be fitting.
Bro, that Chiesa one, Uzo knows my agenda. It's quietly brilliant. I cannot wait for him to start playing games. I cannot wait. I will not reveal the agenda to the public.
Reveal your agenda now.
Forever.
Let him start playing. These guys are running around talking about depth and Salah depth replacement. No problem. You guys think it's the same COVID Chiesa? Don't worry. Let's have it.
All right, guys. Let's move on now to Chelsea. We saw Chelsea, win this weekend. We saw Christopher Nkunku come in late to score decisive winning goal for Chelsea.
Bro, I wish I had my balloon here, man.
Ooh, that would have been nice.
Nah.
No, Adam, this is the kind of things I want to see. I'm happy we're having this negative influence on you. If Nkunku scores against any top 6 side, if I open Instagram, I'll see you blowing.
That would be some sort of sights, man. That would break the football internet.
I was praying for a Havertz or a Saka goal today because those guys, they celebrate with intention. They just go out there and just do, oh yes, happy. You have to do something that will paint. Imagine Nkunku balloon in your own stadium.
That would be crazy.
No, Chicks, speak this. Imagine you're in a title race. You play Chelsea. You need the 3 points. That
Kai,
that last minute equalizer to deny you the 3 point, and then he
balloon
brings
from
out.
his
No, no,
socks.
no. You don't even say balloon. You say blom blom. He brings out blom blom.
From his socks, man.
That kind of thing can make you say some things
Hey,
that you can't take back,
Oh,
bro.
you won't be
my
able to
own
take them back.
perception.
He's a chief rattler, bro. He's a chief rattler.
All right. The Adams. Before I quickly come to you, right? I saw you. I saw the game. Bournemouth. I thought Bournemouth played well. It was a sort of like a close game, if I put it that way. I thought Bournemouth had chances. They obviously missed a penalty. Great save by the way from the Chelsea goalkeeper. And then in those sort of games,
Shout out, Big
just yeah. You just need to, you just need to hang in there, a bit of luck, and then bring in some sort of quality of the bench, and then you win the game. So the Adams, over to you. What was your assessment of the game? What did you like? Who were your top performers for you?
To be honest, it wasn't a great game, man. My eyes were bleeding watching that game. It was a terrible performance. Like they were onto us from the first minute, bro. I saw Disasi, Fofana. Oh my goodness, man. Those guys. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with those guys. But Disasi, I don't want to ever see that guy play right back anymore. It was terrible. It was terrible. Palmer. I think this is probably the first game I'll say that I've seen in a long while, and I'll say Palmer wasn't in the game. Palmer wasn't in the game, and maybe that's a good thing because we're no longer called Palmer FC, right? Because Palmer has to play well for us to win, but Palmer
Yeah.
didn't play well that day, and he just couldn't get. He had everything to do. Like we left everything. We left him too much to do. He came back to get the ball too deep. There was nobody progressing the ball. Yeah, they were just onto us, and that's the thing about depth. Like before a season starts, you look at your squad and you see four midfielders and you're going, oh wow, we're covered in this position. But if one of them is injury prone, if any other thing happens to any one of them, then you're left short-handed. So Lavia obviously injury prone, always one game in, one game out. And Enzo falls ill. We only have Caicedo, right? So I think we also have Drisby Hall, but Drisby Hall also got ill. And the squad number now feels very light. We had to play Renato Vega out of position, but um, it was
That guy is a monster truck, man. The guy
you
the
know
guy turns like
that
six
guy's
men at once. God have mercy on my soul. I don't know. I don't know where you guys downloaded that guy. He's a behemoth.
nah, that guy is a unit, but I felt like well, that was his first start. Hopefully, I don't get to say play midfield anymore. But yeah, yeah. But to call on guys like Felix, Sancho, and Nkunku off the bench, and it's funny because before that game, the narrative was like, "Oh my gosh, Nkunku is going to leave us. He does, he doesn't have a place in the team anymore. He's supposed to be playing that Palmer role or a Palmer position. He can't get in the team." And actually, when they made the subs, the first sets of subs, and after Sancho came in, and it was Tosi and Felix, I was starting to wonder what's going on here. And Kunku is probably never going to play, and then he comes in and gets that goal, and it was a quality goal, right? He had some elements of luck, but Jackson isn't doing that. Around three
Yeah.
players.
So
That's it.
so just to quickly follow up on that point, should Nkunku start over Jackson for you going forward?
No, I think it depends. I'm still not convinced that Nkunku is a striker. I don't think he's a nine. Right. In games where we need to press, in games where we need someone that can lead the line, has
Mm.
high energy, I'll prefer Jackson. But just to have somebody in the box with the ball in his feet, I don't think we have anybody like Nkunku. But so yeah, it depends. I don't see Nkunku as a number nine. Obviously, there will be games where he'll come in or he'll play and he'll score great goals, but I don't think he should be our starting number nine.
Mm. Fair enough. Chooks, you want to say something about
Yeah,
Chelsea?
this is my dark horse pick. But watching that game, man. Adams, the lack of quality you guys have is too glaring. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like the same question we should be asking Ephraim. Ange has spent 350 mil. But it's like, well, no, you know what they say in Nigeria, show your hands small. I'm going to see something.
But you saw now. We showed our hands now. Second half, Sancho, Felix, and Nkunku.
That Sancho signing, man. I feel like that signing might have saved you guys' season, in my own opinion, because he brings something that is not there for Chelsea, and is that one winger that is not too fast.
Yeah,
He can slow it down, and with the right players around him, he can really cook from that position. Other than that, man, that Viltrumite you guys have in midfield, man. Carlos Las Vegas or whatever his name.
Carlos Las Vegas.
They were calling him Viagra man.
Bro, this guy, I was watching him play. Not as if he did anything good or bad, but it's like, who is this guy? Like, are you good? Like, you know when somebody is not good, but they're not bad at the same time, and you're like, like, what is going on? I will not lie, I was missing Enzo. I'm like, please bring back the racist. He apologized. We are forgiving him. Bring him back. That is ending for Fana.
Yeah, shameless jokes.
Hey man, for Fana. It might be time to go to Uniport, man, brother.
Jukes, man.
It's just a bunch of players that are not.
ACL, man. ACL, come on, man.
I look at the price tag, and I'm like, man, the only person, and I know he's not outside of Chelsea fan, he's not a fan favorite that always just gives me what I want from him is Jackson. Might not be the best finisher, but he's always there, and I'm like, I really want to see him and Sancho. Sancho and Enzo playing together with Palmer.
I don't think there's nothing much in there that you don't.
Man, Palmer.
Nah.
I won't speak, but Palmer, brother, after all the noise they've made about you, you can't be missing in games, man. Not against Bournemouth. Palmer was way too quiet. It's just annoying that it took, because if that defender didn't remove his leg, maybe he might have tipped the ball. The goal was just such a big side goal. Those goals were like, man, Chelsea were just going to always win today. But man, Sancho, those are my kind of players, man. Guys that everybody thinks they are bad, but it's just the teams that they are in just don't know how to use them. Like, you watch Sancho yesterday and like, man, this guy is actually good at football. Look at the rest of the other wingers that they are living in that dead, rotten club in Manchester.
Ooh.
Look at what they have there, and they sent away Sancho.
Oof.
Adams, man, my dark horse pick is looking good. You people need to keep picking up points like this. We get Enzo back. We start cooking. I didn't see my boy Mudryk.
Okay, so Chooks,
I hope you never see him.
Just to get you clearly, when you say a dark horse, as in you mean dark horse for top four?
Yeah, for top four.
Top four.
Because no one had them in.
No. See, it's enough. Even Chooks can't get away with this anymore.
What?
How can a team that spent $1 billion be a dark horse for top four? What do we cancel this league?
So what?
Dark horse.
Chelsea.
Adams, ask him that 350 mil and spend.
Are we dark horses? Are we dark horses for
you guys
top four? Or is that the
horses.
expectation?
You guys are normal horses. Continue the show.
That dark horse doesn't mean that they have a bunch of dark-skinned players. It cannot be that they have an outside
championship coach.
Who doesn't have a new coach? Liverpool has a new coach. Our coach is only in the second
treble
season.
winner.
Adams.
From
He was talking to you.
A treble winner. Adams, a treble winner, really. That's what we're doing. A treble winner.
Telling him about Celtic.
Well, Maresca won championship, which is the equivalent level of the Scottish League. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Dark horses, a team that spent $1 billion.
Bro.
A team that spent £1 billion cannot be dark horses for top four. For top four, impossible.
But that's true. That's his opinion.
I'm going to Walmart.
Even
I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to Walmart tonight to get balloon. Next Sunday we'll be here. Don't mind Uzo, man. Leave him. Anyway, Pius, my dark horse pick is looking real good. We just need to iron out some kinks. And we'll be what? Adams, who is Chelsea playing next?
West
West
Ham.
Ham away. Yeah.
Ah, Wan-Bissaka Sancho. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
that
that'll
would be
be
a game to watch.
Yeah, that would be a sort of like a tricky fixture. I think West Ham have, I don't know. It seemed like they seem like a decent side this season.
Well,
He did play
those
this
guys are
weekend.
not good, man. I remember when everyone was so high on that. I was telling you people, Fulkrug in Prem. The guy is Fulkrug is reviving Danny Ings' career. That Fulkrug is reviving Danny Ings' career. Please, Chelsea should just go there and just get the job done.
Yeah, man. We have to get done, man.
I mean, on Chelsea for me, like I agree with most of the sentiments online. Like you can't be complaining about performances, especially when performances weren't enough under Pochettino. Underlying statistics weren't enough. You needed results. If you have a team that can now get results, we all said, how is United in the top four, top six race at the end of last season with how many losses they had? The reason why was because they got results. They got a lot of wins that we all remember saying they didn't deserve this, they didn't deserve that. Nobody cares what you deserve, it's what you can grab. And so as soon as Bournemouth smoked the penalty, smoked a couple more chances after, I knew. I'm like, they've lost this game. And
Yeah.
it's a good thing that I can say that about a Chelsea team where in the past, I wouldn't have said,
Yeah.
like last season, I wouldn't have said, oh, they're going to lose this game. But that means Chelsea now has that swagger of a big team where, oh, if you don't take your chances, you're going to get punished. It shouldn't be that a team fails to take their chances and gets out with a draw because you don't do anything. So I think that was a very important 3 points. And look, they're finally poised for top four. I think there's no excuses now for why Chelsea cannot be comfortably in the top four at the end of the season because we've seen how Spurs have started the season. We've seen how United have started the season. We've seen that Liverpool is susceptible to the random blip. It's not a foregone conclusion that there's 3, 4, 5 teams better than you. Right now, you should be looking at yourself and backing yourself and saying, you know what? We're amongst the top 4 teams in this league presently in the way that we're constructed. Yeah, we have weaknesses at the back. Yeah, we might have a chop and change midfield, but at the end of the day, our attack, we can back our attack against any in the world. We have the quality of depth. We have the one voice. We have the 22-man squad that's been trimmed down. There's no noise. There's no questions of where we guys change or blah blah blah. We've got some of the bad eggs out. Guys like Sterling are out the door. Yeah, Chilwell snuck back in, but you know how that goes. It's really hard to get rid of those type of guys. But the reality is, yeah, Chelsea, to me, are a team that now should be riding the wave of their own expectations. Like you should be backing yourself, and they did that well by getting the 3 points. You know, you're not always gonna have the easy game. Sometimes you're gonna suffer, and they suffered. They got their 3 points. I think there'll be better performances in the future, and I think the manager has also now found some new solutions in the future when he's presented with similar challenges. Oh, I have a Sancho off the bench. I have an Nkunku off the bench if we want to play intricate and play against the low block. I have all of these different options now. And you've now seen, okay, without Enzo, I've got some guys that are, dynamic that can play other positions, however awkward it looks. I think Vega did a decent job. He wasn't terrible. He looks awkward in midfield, but that's just aesthetic bias. He was doing a job. So it's good to see manager get those kind of solutions because it helps down the line. And that was something that Poch got criticized for. Oh, why are you just now figuring out? Well, now you've got a manager that's figuring it out early, and he's giving himself those options, down the line. I read somewhere that Enzo was fatigued. He was fatigued from singing racial songs into the wee hours.
All right, that's on that note. Let me come to Adams. Adam, before we close the Chelsea discussion, right? I think last week we talked about Chelsea and consistency, right? Right. So Chelsea have picked up a positive result this week. I'm sure most Chelsea fans and yourself will be looking forward to some sort of consistency in terms of Chelsea now going ahead and putting some sort of run together and maybe springing up like 2-3 back-to-back wins. That could obviously now do the Chelsea team some sort of good, and then in terms of the opinions around them, that causes for top four, that will also strengthen their sort of opinion. And then also to get your thoughts on, I saw Chelsea have omitted Cole Palmer from the Conference League squad. What was your take on that?
Excuse me. Yeah, I was confused too because Conference League is that type of competition where you want to build momentum, get confidence, and especially after having this type of game against Bournemouth. If he was in the Conference League squad, he'd probably get him in there and get 3 goals and 2 assists or something like that. But the coach
against Noah.
but Enzo's explanation was interesting. He was like, he knows Palmer, and the last thing Palmer needs right now is too much. What's the word? Not expectation. Can't remember what the word is. Too much pressure or something. Too much. Like we want to lift some of the pressure off his shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. And that's interesting. Who's are you saying something? I think you're on mute.
No. I thought they said pressure was for tires. I don't know. That's what I heard. But I mean, keep going.
Palmer, Bellingham, Trent, pressure, Alan Shearer. What's pressure, Enzo?
Exactly. So that's like it's interesting. Like, okay, but look, we have a lot of players that need to stake a claim. We have Nkunku. Those guys need to stand up and be the man, right? We have Sancho. We have Felix. So that's a great opportunity for them to, make. That's their competition, right? I'm looking at Nkunku.
Just go out there and just demolish teams.
Exactly. Make that competition your own. We don't necessarily need to have Palmer for those type of games. So yeah, it's interesting to see how that pans out. But I'm hopeful.
All right, man. All right. Right before we move, let's quickly talk Manchester United. Manchester United.
Bro, they want. Was there anything you need to say?
It seems like the appetite to talk Manchester United.
That was what you were trying to do with Liverpool, but we were on to you.
They played Southampton, I beg.
Yeah, Southampton, man.
Southampton is going. She get relegated tonight.
No, I saw statements like, "Oh, Manchester United, don't count them out of the sort of title race."
No, they're in the title race. Don't count them out.
Don't count them out at all.
The thing is, I hope the viewers are onto something that Pius does, bro. He didn't see any of that. Pius didn't see anything like that. This is Pius making that up to rile us up for you guys' own benefit. Because he knows that guys will start. We're onto you, Pius. Ask Pius to produce those tweets. Now you see that you see the art on the tweet is at I'm not Pius secret account at all. 1996. Pius, we're onto you. Title race, Guinea. I thought you were even about to say that they're in a relegation scrap, so they needed those 3 points.
Are you sure? No. I thought.
Wait, they have a big game next week, right? The place Spurs.
No.
We're playing Brentford next.
Oh, okay.
So they play Palace next. They play Palace.
Brentford. God.
They play Brentford, but I think. I think the really good news is I think Wissa might not be available. So
they don't need Wissa, they just need one. They just need that an African man named Brian. It can't go well. It can't go well for us, bro.
All right, guys. Before we bring the show to an end, so this midweek the Champions League is back. The new format, is taking center stage. There's some interesting fixtures in this, like. Can I call it match day 1 or first match day of the Champions League? I just want to get your thoughts on some of these fixtures. So we have Manchester City playing Inter Milan. Then Liverpool travel to Milan to play AC Milan. And then Arsenal travel to Italy as well to play Atalanta. So I just want to get your thoughts on those 3 games, right? Uzo, let me come to you. Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester City versus Inter. That fixture was the final of the 2021 season. Sorry, 2022. 2022 season, yeah. So first match, the Manchester City Inter. Looking forward to that.
Am I looking forward to it? No. I don't really care about the Champions League this year. I think it's have to do with the format. I think. The new format is supposed to put more emphasis on each game, but the reality is I think it puts less emphasis on the game because when you take on a league format, then you take on some of the negatives of a league format, which is the early games don't really matter as much as the run-in,
Yeah,
right?
no one cares about that.
So now you've created a run-in in Champions League where if a team goes 0 for 4 from the first 4 games, they're not out of it. In the old format, you're 0 for 3 in your own group because you have to play the same teams again.
I don't think so. Uzo. I kind of disagree with that. I think this new format is not kind of like it's like a league format here, but it's sort of different because you play 8 games, right? 4
Yeah.
home, 4 away,
Right.
and at the end of it all, you have to be in the top 8.
No, you don't have to be in the top 8.
I mean,
because there's still a route to.
top
You have to be in the top.
Of course, you have to be in the top 8 to be guaranteed automatic qualification. Then
Right.
you finish from position 16 to 24. Then
24.
you get an extra game in terms of you now have to play some sort of home and away.
Yeah, that's what Uzo is saying. So
what I'm saying is, if you lose your first 4 games,
doesn't
you're
really
not out
matter
of
much.
it.
Yeah.
In the old format, because you're playing against the same teams, it's a 6-pointer in a sense, because if they take 3 from you, that's 3 to them minus 3 for you. Now, if a team takes 3 from you, it's not really a 6-pointer because somebody else somewhere might not have had those 3 points. So you're still in. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a league, right?
For me, the front end of the games matter less in this format than in the previous formats. We knew United were out of the Champions League based on their first 3 games. We're like, oh yeah, they're screwed. They're done. Because you're playing the same 3 teams on the front and the back end. I think when you strip that out, you render the first 4 games even more meaningless. Even though we're going to get some big fixtures, they're not going to be as meaningful because league formats always create a run-in. Run-in is so the last 4 games, now you're going to look at the table and you're going to say, okay, I'm 35th out of 36 teams. I need to win this, and this, and then I'll end up top 24. That's the way it's going to work. And what they wanted was more meaningful games. I think they missed the trick. So for me, I don't really care about the Champions League this year. I mean, we're not in it. I'm going to be watching the Europa League to see my youngsters and see what they're able to do. But I think Champions League will heat up towards the end of the league format, like maybe the last 3-4 fixtures. And then when we get into the knockout stages, to kind of see how that goes. But I imagine if your team is in the Champions League, you'll be looking forward to it. Hopefully winning your first set of games and wrapping up top 8. I think it's new, right? We're all getting used to it, but I just don't see why I should care about the first four fixtures, knowing that teams can still qualify even if they lose all 4.
Okay. I see the angle you're coming from. I don't know. As someone whose team is in the Champions League, I think my team needs to approach those games very seriously. Like just go for all 3 points. Qualify as soon as you can. Like guarantee yourself a top 8 finish as quickly as you can. I don't think we'll need to say, oh yeah, let's take it easy because we have maybe some other games. Just get the points, just go with the intention of going there to win. Not saying, oh, we have a league.
I think it'd be pretty cool though at the end of the table, right? We can look and say, oh, are these the top 8 teams in Europe? I think that is kind of cool because it's like one giant table. It'd be cool to just see like Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Manchester City. That would be kind of cool to see.
But they don't all play each other, right?
No, but they're all in one table.
Yeah, they don't play. They don't all play each other. So it's not like a typical league structure.
Exactly. So I'm not looking at that list going, these are the top 8.
No. I don't mean like they will literally be the top 8 teams in the world, but I'm saying like it'd be cool to see all of them in the same table.
Got you. Okay.
In a league format because it's gonna feel like wow. Like I mean, imagine seeing Real Madrid, then PSG, then Man City, then AC Milan. It's weird, and I'm not saying Arsenal on purpose.
And if your intention is to win it, which I think Arsenal would have the intention of winning it, I think you obviously also want to take it serious and finish in the top 8 because you don't want to finish in the lesser position.
Everybody is tuning into Thursday to watch Champions League, man. Let's wait until the thing.
Nah, I will be there, man. I'll be there.
I'll be there, man.
You guys are only there because of Lookman.
Yes, man. I'll be there for my boy.
Have you noticed he hasn't spoken about Liverpool playing the Champions League?
I was just
Liverpool.
Actually, why he said Arsenal was trying to win it. Like
Liverpool, please go and sign Boniface. Give Pius.
Who is Liverpool playing?
AC Milan.
You're playing AC Milan, man.
I'll be tuning into that one too. I
know that. Yeah, what was his name? Tomori.
Tomori, Abraham, dangerous guys. dangerous guy. And
Oh yeah,
Rafael
Abraham is out
Leao
there
as well.
on
Yeah,
loan,
join
right?
them.
Yeah.
Pulisic,
Yeah, Loftus-Cheek,
I
man.
Yo,
don't-
Pulisic
Adam-
has been on a madness. He's been on a
Yeah,
madness.
Adams,
for
our
sure.
boy is also there, man. Samu Chukwueze.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Wait,
Bro,
since
so
when did we start calling him Samu? I thought Samu was that large lad that Chelsea tried to bundle from
No,
yeah, he's
from Atletico.
no, I think
glad
I think
that's why he go.
Samu Omorogun.
I'm so
They call-
glad.
They call him
That's why he go
Omorogun.
through.
Omorodion, our boy Omorodion. No, so the thing, I think
That one is not my boy.
I think
I'm glad Adams has a limit for who he's playing.
so.
I thought maybe you see that the guy is claiming Spanish. I'm like, with that name and that face, guy.
Bro, heavy
Man.
name. You think the guy sells?
Heavy name, heavy legs, heavy face, bro.
Bro, you
Samu.
think the guy sells ball across one UBA bank, man, right across the bank. Omoro, we don't push up today.
Chicks, you're not serious, man.
Nah,
Oh man,
What
it was even
was
funny.
about
Like his
it was-
contract, like he was like they bought half of him. Then they're going to buy another
Yeah,
15%.
yeah. Bro, Atletico are crazy, man. They try to sell that guy to us for how much?
For like 45 mil, right? And then
So
he
the
gets
guy-
sold for like 10 mil with like
Yeah.
75 add-ons. Football.
So yeah, so I think the game in Milan Liverpool is gonna be a cracking game, right? You just mentioned some of the attacking talent that AC Milan have on show. It's gonna be very, very tough for Liverpool as well. So that's a game I'm looking forward to as well. And of course the Adams, we're looking forward to Atalanta versus Arsenal, you know.
Yep.
That's another game.
Bro,
we're
that's
looking for.
that's you guys better take a good look at my boy, man. Fix your problems down the left-hand side. January is there for you, man.
All right. Guys, okay. All right. I think this is where we have to, bring the show to an end. As usual, guys, thanks for turning up. Uzo, commiserations on the, thanks for, turning up. We didn't have to draw up a poster to look for you, to put a bounty on your head.
We have plans.
Yes, where is Uzo? Where is Ephraim?
I always show up, man. Luckily my job is not on the line, Good luck to those whose jobs are on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Chooks, congrats, to your team winning, and hopefully, I'm sure we wouldn't need to look for you next week after the game against City. I'm sure you'll be.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you better just come in with this same boisterousness and this same energy and this same fervor.
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah. Keep it up.
Keep it up, yeah.
Keep it up, man.
And then the Adams
won
nice
the
one.
league. Harlane. Who won the league? Harlane.
I think it's cue for us to close, Pius.
Yeah, it is. The Adams.
Why is this first off-camp picture?
Nice one, man. Man. Looking forward to Ademola Lookman versus Sterling on Thursday night.
Oh my
Take care,
God.
man. Take care, guys. Cheers.
Please, go to Liverpool, please.